I mean, let's face it. I was thrown into single parenthood, 6 kids. Number 6 wasn't even born yet when I was thrown into this whirlwind. But I chose to say, okay, we don't know how much money we're going to be losing. We don't know what's going to be going on. So we sell everything we don't need because it's just materialistic stuff. We can't take it with us when we die anyway. So just sell it off. And that's why I chose, the first thing I chose to pay off was my van, because I knew if nothing else, we could go to a campground and sleep in the van. Mm. I already had a tent. It was no big deal. Just sleep in the van, pop the tent up. I was willing to make those sacrifices. Thankfully, we never had to. I ended up being blessed where we could actually pay cash for a travel trailer. And that's what we did is I'm like, okay, we can do, and we had the family conversation. I'm like, we can do this, 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 or this. Which one do y'all want? Oh, we want to travel. We want to go see friends. We want to go see family. That would be so much fun. I love it.
What an experience.
But
what an experience.
I chose that positivity over the negativity of going, oh, poor pitiful me. What am I going to do? You know, I'm going to lose all this money. My kids I'm not going to be able to feed my kids. And, you know, had I let the state push me to do what the state wanted to do, I wouldn't have been able to afford anything. And I was like, whoa. First and foremost, nobody tells me what I'm going to do. Secondly, you're not going to push me into something that you want. Yeah. And thirdly, I have an income coming in, whether it gets cut or not. And no, I'm not choosing that path. We're choosing this one instead.
How long did it take you to think that that's the way you were going to do things?
From start to finish, from the time that I bought the first travel trailer was 1 year.
1 year.
To make the decision took me 2 months. Mm-hmm. I mean...
You had to sell your house, Leslie? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I probably did not have to, but it was the wisest choice I made. Mm-hmm. Because we then got rid of the negativity. We then got rid of the negative influence.
Yes.
I really was. I was blowing through over $2,000 a month because our routine before I made that decision was get everybody up, get dressed, have breakfast, leave the house. I would go to Destin, which was our hot spot, travel spot. We ate out, went to the movies, spent Build-A-Bear, made plenty of money from me. And by the time I added up all those receipts, because I'm a paper person, I'm an emerald by nature. So keeping all those receipts and keeping track of everything, I was like, holy crap. And that's when I finally had made a decision, okay, something has to change. But I personally could not stay in the house anymore. Mm-hmm. Now my kids are resilient. As we all know, all children are resilient. Mm-hmm. But I could not do it. And I was open and honest with my children. And I told them, I cannot do this anymore. Mm-hmm. I just cannot and will not. And then that's when we started talking about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. About the time the house sold, which was the first house sold in September of that year. The second house sold in October of that year. And the funds that came in to buy the travel trailer, I think that was February or March of the following year. So that's why I say it took about 1 year from the date that it happened until we actually purchased it. But again, it still goes back with the theme here. I chose the positive route. I did not want to have the pity party. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have 6 children relying on me.